There is no need to rush. Now, I spent a lot of my life always rushing and trying to get to the finish line. And recently, this idea of not needing to rush came upon me. And it's been something that, I need to contemplate more. But I think there's a lot of truth in it. And I think it can bring a lot of people peace. So I felt like sharing it today. So in the US culture, we tend to live a lot for the future and never really have time to be present. At least that's what we tell ourselves. People spend their lives just chasing retirement until they finally reach retirement to realize that they were never present and missed their entire lives. We think we are never enough in the present moment or that the situation is never enough in the present moment. And so we try to just rush to the destination, only to realize that if you pay attention, it takes you further away from peace. Rushing causes you to make unnecessary mistakes that if you weren't rushing, you probably wouldn't have made. Rushing causes you to never really absorb, life lessons, never really learning what life is trying to teach you. And therefore, you keep repeating the same mistakes and end up in the same thought patterns and cycles over and over again, feeling stuck. And when you rush, you never really appreciate the moment because you're so busy moving on to the next thing. And the problem with that is you miss the treasures that are right in front of your face. So by not rushing and slowing down, you're able to fully learn the lessons that life is trying to teach you, not make hurried and unconscious mistakes, and genuinely appreciate whatever life has to offer you in the present moment. Now, this doesn't mean being lazy. It actually means the opposite. It means being active and paying attention. Now, you don't want to slow down too much, but it's a balance. And in the US culture, we tend to live really fast. We tend to rush things. So we're like on the other side of the spectrum or the balance scale, whatever however you want to perceive it. If we're rushing, we kind of need to slow down and center ourselves so that we can be at a balanced pace, a pace that works for us. And with all the technology and the short attention spans, it makes the rushing even worse. You want to flow with life, not rush ahead of it. There's this quote from this famous philosopher named Lao Tzu, and I'll put it up right now. It goes, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." And honestly, I would say sit back and contemplate that because, I have to really contemplate that as well. Because it's a really profound truth, and there's a lot of ideas and wisdom to explore in it. If you observe nature, nothing is rushing. There's a certain flow to it. It's like a steady, calm, peaceful flow. Nothing is really rushing. The birds, are steady and go at their own pace. The trees grow steadily. The wind comes and goes at its own pace. Nothing is really ever hurried. And this rush mainly comes from our own minds, mental constructs that we create that tell you need to rush. But really, nature just is. It is just being. It just ebbs and flows at its own pace. Now, what does this mean for us? This means that we should probably try to sync or harmonize with this flow of life, this flow of nature. And if we do this, everything we dream of accomplishing will be accomplished, just like the quote said. If you observe nature, there's many processes going on, many sophisticated things going on in nature, but they somehow all work together and they somehow all have the perfect timing to where nature is able to just do its thing. And that's very profound, right? Because there is a sort of deep intelligence, a deep wisdom in nature. And I believe if we listen to this, then we will find very deep peace because we aren't fighting life anymore. We are trying to flow with life. Remember, this is all God's timing. It's all nature's timing. We have to trust it. Our conditioned minds tell us to hurry and that we need to hurry for certain reasons. Whether that's telling you that you're falling behind or you're not supposed to be here. But really question, is that your true self speaking? Is that really something that you want to listen to and follow to? Because remember, we are not our minds. So we don't have to give in to that. I think ultimately when you're rushing, it comes from fear. I think rushing energy is like fear energy. They kind of feel the same. It's sort of panicky and it's unstable. It's not certain. It feels similar to fear. And if we want to be fulfilled and live in peace, then we have to learn how to move through life with peace and love and not this frantic, fearful energy. Would we rather trust our conditioned finite minds or the deep ancient wisdom of nature? And we can't fully comprehend nature's deep wisdom, but it's the sole reason why we even exist in the first place. So instead of resisting life, we should probably go with it. Don't rush past it and try to fight it. If you fight against the laws of nature, it's probably going to end up bad. I mean, you're going against literally nature itself versus your small, finite body and mind. You know, who do you think's going to win there? So it's best probably not to fight it and just to flow with it, accept it, and trust it, and that it has the best intention for you. Everything is already perfect as it is. Nature just is. But our mind judges this perfection and looks at it through its own lens, and most of the time a distorted lens, causing us to not be at peace with it and end up rushing most of the time. But instead of letting your mind be the judge, let God be the judge. Let nature be the judge. Let universe be the judge, whatever you want to call it. So remember, there is no need to rush, and it is all in God's timing. Go at your own pace. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everyone is ultimately unique, so you can't even really compare yourself to other people's situations or abilities, whatever it may be. Because comparison leads to rushing because you're trying to copy someone else's pace, but really you should just go with your own natural flow. And just remember and trust that the universe does have the best intentions for you and that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Trust the process and realizing that you're blooming at your own rate. You're growing at your own rate, and that's perfectly okay. That's how you were made to be. So remember, there's no need to rush. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I love you guys all. Stay blessed, stay at peace, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.